Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful spring weather as much as I am. I've been working a lot, but I did manage to sneak out the other night with my friend Penelope to see the Philadelphia premiere of the film Clown on a Cornfield, based on the book by Adam Caesar. So I'm going to give it a little bit, it's I guess a review, but more of a discussion because I don't really do straight up reviews on this channel, but I want to talk about it a little bit. It was a really fun night. I'm really glad I went. I wanted to be there to support Adam Caesar, who's a hometown guy. I think he's from Philly, or at least in the surrounding area, as I am. And I read his book a few years ago. I've been following his channel for years. He works very hard in getting the word out about his projects. I always enjoy his Instagram posts when he goes to bookstores and signs books and all that. And he seems like a really nice guy. I finally got to meet him the other night and have a really quick chat with him right before the movie started. This was shown at the Philadelphia Film Center, which is a lovely facility. They show all kinds of indie films there. It used to be something special to go to the movies, and I missed that. And the other night, it really captured that spirit. There were a lot of people there, all horror fans. Everyone was really enthusiastic about seeing the movie. Like, to be surrounded by people who were excited to be there, as we were, was really great. And Adam got up and spoke a little bit before the film. There was a Q&A afterward, which we didn't stay for because the movie didn't start till 9. This is the opening weekend for the film. So I saw a premiere, which made me feel really special. Like I'm seeing a film before everyone else, you know. It was fun. Try to go out and see it this weekend. One thing that Adam Caesar said and was emphasizing, and he's right, is that this is a small movie. It was produced by Shudder, so I imagine it will be on the Shudder channel soon after its theatrical run. But it's great when a movie like this can get a really good turnout on the first weekend, the opening weekend. So if you can go see it this weekend, I really recommend it. And I'm not going to recommend a film that I didn't enjoy, and I really enjoyed it. I'm happy to say I thought it was great. So let's talk about it a little bit. It's rated R, so there's gore in it, but teens are going to love this movie. The book is a young adult book, I believe. I think it was released in Harlequin Young Adult imprint. I might be wrong about that. It's been a while since I read it. I do have the second book. Haven't read it yet, but now I'm inspired to read it this summer because I really enjoyed the film. And it will probably go straight to Shudder, but try to see it at the movie theater if you can. So this is directed by Eli Craig, based on the novel by Adam Caesar. It's different screenwriters, starring Katie Douglas, Aaron Abrams, and Carson McCormack, among others. A fading Midwestern town in which Frendo the Clown, a symbol of bygone success, reemerges as a terrifying scourge. Okay, so it begins, as the novel does, if I remember correctly, in a flashback scene in 1991 in the town of Kettle Springs, Missouri. Now, it seems to me that in the book, they were moving from Philly to the middle of Pennsylvania. I might be wrong about that, but look, the middle of Pennsylvania might as well be Missouri. I mean, it does have that feeling, and I'm from Pennsylvania. I love my state, but it's definitely that. There's Philly, there's Pittsburgh, and the Midwest in between feeling. Anyway, a group of teenagers are partying near the old Bay Pen corn syrup factory. A couple of the teenagers decide to have sex in the surrounding cornfield, but are killed by Frendo, the town's clown mascot. So I'm not giving anything away in that opening scene. In fact, immediately I'm watching this film and I'm like, oh, it's the scene from Jaws. It's a direct homage to the opening scene from Jaws when they're around the campfire on the beach and you see the couples kissing. And although in this one, I think it's two girls instead of a guy and a girl, we've entered the modern age. And with the silhouetted against the fire, and one couple rather, decide they're going to run off and hook up. And it was like the same dialogue from Jaws. It's really kind of fun. So that set the tone of the movie for me. It's like, oh, we're in this world where, and Adam Caesar's books are like that too, where we're winking at the references. So there is a certain like black comedy aspect to this film that I appreciated, but it kind of walks that line between that it's not a full out like Shaun of the Dead kind of comedy, but you definitely have moments where the whole audience laughed and groaned at some of these references. And it definitely delivers on the gore. There were some other references to films. I mean, I saw many as I was watching it, not only Jaws, but Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like classic drive-in movies that we love. So it definitely gets into that spot, which is great. And I'm hoping it will introduce young people who like this film to a whole bunch of those older films that maybe they don't watch because they're old like me. Okay, so then we flash back to the present day where we have Quinn Maybrook, the protagonist of the film, cute girl, and her father, Glenn. He's played by Aaron Abrams. I've seen this actor before. Katie Douglas, who plays Quinn, I'm not familiar with her, but she was a good choice for this. She's really cute. And she has a beautiful face, and you just kind of watch her face the whole time, and it's good. They move into Kettle Springs, where Glenn is the new town doctor. So on Quinn's first day of school, which she's not looking forward to because it's her senior year, so to go to a new school in the senior year kind of sucks. A neighbor boy shows up to walk her to school. His name is Rust. He's got a bit of a weird vibe, maybe, a bit of an incel vibe, perhaps, and she's somewhat weirded out by him, but he's a gentleman. He walks her to school, and then she immediately gets caught up with the popular kids. Rust warns her, be careful about this town. There are some not so nice people. It seems that he doesn't like this group of kids that she immediately attaches to. Immediately. I mean, she's immediately hanging out with the group in the in crowd and the cute boy. And I like this part of the film a lot. It was like a film within a film. They have a YouTube channel, so it's a very meta, where they pretend that Frendo the clown, like in the clown mascot, and it is a good design, I have to say, of the killer clown. You know, it's good. It's important that if you're going to create a new horror icon that you get the look right, and I think they did. Anyway, they have a YouTube channel where they play act Frendo killing them. And one night they're hanging out, you know, as kids do, smoking a little pot, drink a little booze, and they trick Quinn into thinking Frendo actually kills one of their friends. But it was all a big joke. But then later when they're looking at the video, they see the real Frendo kind of peeking out over something, and then it all starts to go to hell. We're in that world where it's a little creepy, but it's also fun. And Frendo starts picking them off one by one, and then we're now at this bonfire party with all the teens in the town, and then things really go crazy. I'm not going to give away, I guess, what is the twist of Clown in the Cornfield. I remember I did kind of give away the twist in my review of the book, which I don't know, it's somewhere on my channel, and I don't know, someone got really mad at me and left a really mean comment about it, but I don't want to do that again. So I'll just say that this was a really fun, like, drive-in movie horror experience that I so enjoyed, and I'm really happy for Adam Caesar and his success. And he's a horror tuber like the rest of us on here, so I'm really, and a local guy, so I'm really happy for him. So if you can, and if you love that type of horror that I'm describing, go see this movie this weekend. Give it a shot, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Okay, so that was my little review discussion, I guess, on Clown in the Cornfield. And it makes me want to read the book again. Oh, and speaking of reading, I kind of officially, I know it's only May, but I've kind of officially started my summer reading already. In the summer, I really like to read fun, light stuff. So I started rereading the McNally series. I'm currently on number 3 in the series, McNally's Risk by Lawrence Sanders. This is my favorite detective series, and if you're a fan of this series, let me know in the comments below. Archie McNally is a bachelor, kind of a ne'er-do-well. He got kicked out of Yale, and now he's living at his parents' mansion in Palm Beach. and his father's a lawyer. He gave him a job as a like a private detective, and it's really fun. I love these books. These books are just, it's kind of, other than Nancy Drew, these are the ones I always go back to and reread them. Lawrence Sanders died, and then there was a ghostwriter took over, and those books are good too, but the early ones are really great. So I'm reading McNally's Risk at the moment, and totally enjoying it. And then I finished a book that I really enjoyed too. This is The Emerald Tears of Foxfire Manor by Clara Wimberly. Just finished that the other day and really loved it. This was a surprise. I don't know why I had a low expectation for this book. Maybe because I've read so many Gothic romance paperbacks, but really enjoyed this. This was very romantic. The Emerald Tears refers to the emerald eyes of the heroine. This all takes place in the South at the end of the Civil War, and our heroine marries a wounded soldier, but he has a brother who's the bad one, who she really falls for. So we have a great love triangle here, and some unexpected little surprises pop up. I really liked this writer. I will reach for another book of hers again in a heartbeat, and I really enjoyed this. So I've just finished that, and I'm still reading the Andy Warhol Diaries, and it's a super long book. I'm just reading a little bit every day, and I'm only like a quarter of the way in, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And let's see what else. Oh, I picked up a few books at the thrift store yesterday, so these might end up in my summer light reading list after I finish a few McNally books. I know I will get to some trashy romances, of course, for Garb August, but maybe even before. And some kind of I'm kind of in the mood for trashy horror. Maybe it was after seeing that movie, that kind of cheesy horror. And when I say trashy horror, it's not pejorative. I mean it with love. But I picked up this at the thrift store is what I'm trying to say. This is called I, Vampire by Michael Romke. The Confessions of a Vampire, His Life, His Loves, His Strangest Desires. I feel like this is probably a take on Interview with a Vampire. What do you think? Women are my weakness, it says on the back. Or to be more accurate, I should say they are my greatest weakness, for I have many. Sounds like Lestat off the bat. Better not tell Matilda. Travel, books, classical music, art, excellent wine. Oh, he drinks wine. And formerly cocaine. Interesting. I admit these things without a sense of guilt. I am, as my friend from Vienna says, a man with a man's contradictions. I am neither good nor bad, neither angel nor devil. I am a man. I'm a vampire. This looks like fun. And then I also picked up a Dean Koontz novel. And Dean Koontz has written so many books. I don't necessarily pick up the ones that are more recent because he moved from horror to more mystery at a certain point in his career. But the ones from the 80s, this one is 1988, tend to be more of horror. So I'm hoping this one will be. This is called Lightning. This is when he's Dean R. Koontz. I think he dropped the R at some point. A storm struck on the night Laura Shane was born, and there was a strangeness about the weather that people would remember for years. But even more mysterious was the blonde-haired stranger who appeared out of nowhere. A man who saved Laura from a fatal delivery. Years later, another bolt of lightning, and the stranger returned, again to save Laura from tragedy. Was he the guardian angel he seemed? The devil in disguise? Okay, this looks like it could be a good beach read. And then I picked up the 10th anniversary edition of the novel that launched cyberpunk. Now, I never really read cyberpunk, and I really don't even know much about the genre, but I don't know, I thought this might be kind of a good way to maybe sample it a little bit. And this is called Neuromancer by William Gibson. In 1984, the year of George Orwell's chilling vision of the future, a young unknown writer named William Gibson wrote a new kind of science fiction that changed the way we look at tomorrow. The book was Neuromancer, a paperback original that took the science fiction community by storm, winning 3 of its greatest honors, the Hugo, the Nebula, and the Philip K. Dick Awards. With Neuromancer, Gibson introduced the world to cyberspace, and science fiction has never been the same. So I feel like this is, especially to read this now, it's fun to kind of read science fiction from many years ago and to see how things compare. I'm going to give this one a try. I think I'm going to add this to my summer reading list because I'm a bit intrigued, and I should know more about science fiction than I do. I just kind of pick at that a little bit like I do fantasy, but yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this. So I hope that you go out and see Clown on the Cornfield this weekend. Oh, and speaking of killer clowns, if you enjoy them in horror, you might want to check out my killer clown book, Carney by R. St. Clair. Definitely a different take on the killer clown genre. Definitely a more adult book than Clown in the Cornfield, but I think you might enjoy it, so check that out. Also, I forgot to mention my novella, The Time Tomb, which is included in my haunted Halloween Haunts collection, is now a standalone ebook on Amazon, and it's only $1.99 if you'd like to sample something of my more sci-fi, I don't know, experiments. Definitely check that out. And I'm also working on some new writing stuff, but this summer is going to be about reading and also writing. So I can't wait to get to it. So let me know in the comments below if you plan to go see Clown in the Cornfield, or if you've read the book, or if you have anything to say about any of the other things I mentioned on this video. I would love to hear your thoughts. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by my haunted library, and I'll see you soon. Bye!